So we're back at St. Lleurwg again. Is that pronounced right?
Yes, pretty much so. We have very well said, yeah.
And we got the team back with me and Roger, and Dennis is joining
us. Dennis!
And today we're going to be working on the organ again. Hopefully we're going to get the pedals working like we promised Roger on the last two visits.
Hooray!
So what we've got is we've re-leathered the pneumatic motors for the pedals, and that we'll be fitting those to the action, and hopefully we'll get most of the notes working again.
So these are personalised motors now, so we're going to use those.
And when the snoot signs, I talk.
When's Casper?
Anyway, I think we should probably be serious now and get down to some work.
Okey-doke.
The pedals to see how they're working or not working, and we're going to have a look at that now. So when I first came here, we had a look at the pedals, Roger, and I think about two of them were working.
That's about it, yes,
yeah.
with a bit of effort.
And we started investigating, when we took the cover off here, we found some more of them were working just by taking the cover off, because the primary motors that go in here, some of them were being pinched by the cover and they weren't being able to move. But that wasn't the only source of the problem. So perhaps it's best to start with a little explanation of tubular pneumatic actions and how they work. So this will test your camera work, Dennis. So the first part of the action we're going to look at is down here on the back of the pedal board. And so there we have what's called a touch box. Just about see it probably down there. And that is a set of valves, so one for each pedal note. So in this particular organ, when you press the pedal, it opens a valve and it lets air into a tube, and when you release the valve, it lets the air drain out. And what that does is it sends a pneumatic signal to the wind chest to make the pipe sound. And we can see here we've got some tubes here, and that's the signal. So it's important to note that this isn't the air that makes the pipe sound. It is just a signal that tells another bit of mechanism to open, and then that lets the air in to make the pipe sound. And so then that signal air goes to what we have here is primary motor, and we've removed some of them from here. We'll explain that in a minute. And the signal will open the primary motor like that, which then operates a valve here. And we've taken the cover off the wind chest, and we can see in the wind chest we've got the pallet, which lets air into the pipe, and below it is the pneumatic pallet motor. So when you press a note and the signal opens the primary motor, the little valve here, what it actually does is it drains the air from inside this motor and lets it out to atmosphere, and the pressure that's inside this wind chest pushes down on the pallet motor, and then it opens the pallet and lets wind into the pipe. And when you've finished playing the note, this valve drops and it lets air back into the motor, and the pallet spring returns the pallet and stops the pipe sounding. So most of these pallet motors are in quite good condition, and there's a couple that are water damaged. But the problem that we've identified is that many of these primary motors, the ones that we've removed, the amount of travel that you can get from the motor is quite small, and it's not quite enough to lift these valves anymore as the leathers got old and shrunk. So we tested it with a new motor that opens a lot further and found that we could get the pipes to speak. So that's what Dennis has been up to. He's been taking off the old motors that are too small, and we'll take those home and re-leather and return, put them back on, and hopefully I think we'll get most of them working.
Try it again, Dan. Okay, thank you. Off. Well, we got this one. Now try bottom E. That's the one. He's poking his tongue out at me. Try him again. I like him. Okay, he's okay. I'm going to take him out and drill him. I don't know whether he'd object, but he might squeal.
Sucking up the glue, that one.
He is, yeah. He's drinking too much. We give him too much beer, I think, this one. He's got his tongue in the trough. Try bottom E again. Ooh, lovely. He's good. Yeah, he's okay. Oh, keep him off and I'll press him down. You try E again, bottom E. Oh, there we are.
So we've had another successful day working on the organ here with Roger.
Yep.
We've got most of the pedals working now. There's 4 that aren't working, but we know what the problems are. There's 2 have problems in the touch box, which is down at the pedal end, and then 2 have problems in the wind chest up near the pipes. So we're going to take some parts away and get them sorted. But overall, it's going well, I think.
I've helped as much as I can, but I think it's certainly the organ is greatly improved now. So very pleased with that.
So Roger, now we've got most of the pedals working.
Yes.
Have you ever seen people do Fly to the Bumblebee just on the pedals? Do you want to give it a go?
Ah, you've got to be joking, haven't you?
Do you want to do a mime and then we'll just overlay some music on top of it for the video?